Hi, my name is Asger and welcome to Wine Guest for You Wine TV. Today we're going to be looking at the Rioja. Now the Rioja comes from the northern part of Spain, from the Rioja region, and that's where the wine gets its name from. Now the Rioja is produced in three different types of style, which is the red, the white and the rosé. Now primarily there are three growing regions within the Rioja region called the Alta, the Albacete and the Baja. Now the Alta and Albacete tends to be the main growing areas, and the Baja tends to produce grapes which have got less acidity, and therefore what they do, they're actually blended with the Riojas from the other two areas. Now the one that we're going to be tasting today is the red Rioja, and within the red Rioja, what you've actually got four different styles. The first one we've got is the normal Rioja, and the one that we're going to be tasting today is the Carrizal Rioja, which has been aged for 2 years. You get 12 months in the barrels, which can be both French as well as American. And the reason why they tend to use two different types of barrels is that in the olden days, the French barrels were much more expensive, and therefore they started using the American barrels. But today what they tend to do is they have wines which are both in the French and the American, and they blend them together. And the one that we're going to be doing today, the Carrizal, which is this particular brand of Rioja, has been aged both in the oak barrels, which are both French as well as American. And then you've got the Reserve Rioja and the Grand Reserve. And the difference between the three Riojas is the amount of time that the wine's been left to age. The nice thing about the Rioja is that this particular varieties of Riojas, especially the Reserve and the Grand Reserve, are very, very good for aging with the type of grapes that go in there. For example, you can have up to about 7 different grape varieties used in making the Rioja. Now, the primary one tends to be the Tempranillo grape, and then it's mixed in with the Grenache Tinto, which is the French call it the Grenache. It's blended together, but you can have a variety of the grape varieties within the 7 that you can blend in order to make the Rioja. Now, as I said, the nice thing about that one is it's got good aging potential. So you could buy a Rioja today and so have it in 5 years time, 10 years time, even 20 years time, depending on the vintages. And later on, when we're doing some further presentations on the different types of Riojas, we will certainly look at the different vintages and why certain vintages are better than other. But today, what I want to do is look at this Crianza, which is a 2-year-old Rioja. And the one that we're going to look today is a 2007. And what is that? Okay, it's a 12 months in oak barrels, as I said earlier, which is both French and American, and it's been left a minimum of 18 months in the bottle to age before it's been released. So let's have a bit of a taste to this particular Crianza. So when we look at it, okay, it's got a deep garnet colour to the particular wine, and again at the top of the edge, okay, you can see this tinge of purpleness almost coming through this wine. So what we'll do, we'll give it a bit of a whirl and take a sniff. The wine's got lots and lots of aromas coming through. Primarily, one of the aromas you're getting through is the oakiness, the vanilla, because it's been aged in that particular in the oak barrels, followed very closely by the spiciness of the wine. Another thing which has got coming through, okay, right, is it's very much this particular style of wine is fruit driven, and you can get the dark fruits, which are the cherries and the berries, which are actually coming through the wine, and you can with a hint of a little bit of chocolate in the wine as well. So let's give it a bit of a taste. This particular wine is actually been made with two grape varieties, the Tempranillo and the Grenache. And what you're finding is by blending the grapes, you've got a little bit of acidity there, not overpowering, and some soft tannins around the mouth. So it's reasonably well balanced, not too much acidity and not much too many, sort of a good balance between the wine. And in terms of flavours, let's see what flavours we've got now. Well, the oakiness is certainly there. It's not overpowering, but the oakiness is certainly there. The second thing it sort of hits you with is spice. Now, there's not too much spice in there. So if you like a wine which has got what I would say, okay, right, a little bit of oakiness, a little bit of spiciness, then this wine is certainly worth trying. And then followed by the fruits which are coming through, which, as I mentioned earlier, are the dark. There's a little bit of cherry in there, and a slight bit of chocolatey flavours within the wine. Very, very well balanced wine. A little bit of longevity, not too much, that comes through the wine. So this particular Rioja, made by a company called Carrizal, that's a brand on it. What would I say about this one? How would I summarise it? Well, certainly okay, right? It's got a little bit of oakiness in there, spiciness, very well balanced between the soft tannins and the acidity, so it's not overpowering. Now, as a result of that, okay, right, what I would say, okay, right, in terms of food, because I like spicy food, a good curry, chicken curry would go down very well with it, a biryani, and anything that's got a little bit of spice and a little bit of kick to the food, this wine would cut through. And what it's got a little bit of sweetness in there, and that sweetness would certainly work very well, okay, with anything spicy. So give it a whirl, see what you think.